All right, Brian Engelman here. This is the Unhappy Hour, and we're with Zak Baris. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns. We're going to split this up in post-production into 4 different segments, so we'll try to keep them short, maybe at least 5 minutes dedicated to each topic, depending on how much Zak wants to elaborate, but I think we both have to go to a couple of things and get some dinner at this point. So the Cleveland Browns at the trade deadline, Zak, what do you make of what they were up to in the front office of analytic land?
Brian, do you care what kind of language I use on here?
Well, if I'm trying to monetize it and get back into the good graces of YouTube, yeah, let's clean it up to PG-13.
Okay, I'll clean it up. I'll make it PG-13 then. This, I was going to say a cluster, you-know-what of an organization, but they're the most dysfunctional organization in all of sport. These are guys, all Harvard guys that are supposedly smarter than everyone else. How in the hell do you forget to file the paperwork for a trade? You're too busy celebrating? This is a joke. You can't even make this up. This is stuff that would come out of a movie.
Well, and it's
overpaying for McCarron anyway.
Yeah, and
they were going to overpay for McCarron anyway.
Yeah,
I would have much rather had Garoppolo for a second than giving up a second and a third for Ajai McCarron. Also, it could also mean it could have also been the Eagles' second round pick, which right now would be 32nd, would be 64 overall. The Niners essentially traded 34 overall. So I'd much, if I'm trading, I'm giving up a third round pick and a late second, it's different than giving up the first overall pick in the second round.
Yeah.
I don't know whose second round pick they were giving up, but if it was an end of a second round, different story. But still, how do you celebrate a trade before it goes through? It's not that difficult to file the paperwork with the league. It really isn't. I've been in the front office before. It's very similar in all sports how the paperwork is filed. You sign off on the trade, you fax it into the league office. It takes a minute to do, not even.
And so how were the Browns celebrating this trade that didn't happen?
I don't know exactly how there's something Tony Grossi reported and multiple other people have been reporting it now. I mean, they are such a joke of an organization. I just laugh at them on Sunday. I'm no longer committing any time of watching them. I don't even want to turn them on anymore on a Sunday. They're so embarrassing. They're such a joke. They have no talent whatsoever anywhere near this football team. I mean, I feel bad for a guy like Myles Garrett, who could be a superstar in any other, with any other organization, yet he's stuck in Cleveland with the Browns. I feel bad for any decent talent that comes to the team or gets drafted by them because they don't know how to develop talent. They certainly aren't well coached. I mean, Jimmy Haslam needs to come to a point where he just says, screw it, I got to sell this team. Everything he does, the front office needs to be fired for this. I mean, someone needs to be held accountable. Someone needs to be held responsible. It's that simple. Fire him. You have to do something at this point. They are so inept. It's just, it's almost indescribable. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen such a poor front office in everything they do. There's no talent on this football team. Last year, we thought it couldn't get any worse than when they went 1-15. This team is significantly worse than they were a year ago. After having multiple draft picks and having a big-time free agency period, they are significantly worse than they were a year ago. They've literally led in the game twice this season. Once against the Jets for 2 minutes, and then in the Vikings game. They've had 2 leads all season.
Well, Zak, I want to get to the Vikings game in just a second because I did get up early at about 5:30 here on the West Coast. It was a kind of a novelty, and it was my sleep schedule was off anyway, so I said, fine, I'll just go for it. And it was fun, and we were winning in the third quarter, and man, we just totally ran out of gas on the freeway. So I want to get to that in a second, but back to the Ajai McCarron thing. I mean, this is for a quarterback, a career backup, behind Andy Dalton with the Bengals. Was it reported exactly what the trade was, what we offered exactly?
They offered up a second rounder and a third rounder for McCarron. The Bengals had signed off on the trade. The Browns forgot to send the information to the league office. They sent it in late. Trying to appeal to the league office, to the NFL offices, and the NFL denied them the trade.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to give up for Ajai McCarron. He's not really a gunslinger. He doesn't have a great pedigree, nowhere near.
He's essentially, I think he's a better version of Cody Kessler is what you're getting.
I guess. I mean, but that's the quarterback that Hugh Jackson came out and said he wanted that trade, or he said something similar, right? Hugh Jackson said he.
You know what? Fine. Get Hugh as guy at this point, but you know what? Find Jimmy Haslam, and the best move I can make is say, listen, bring in a football guy. I don't care who you bring in. Appoint Amy Trask to run the franchise completely. And say, listen, Amy, go hire whoever the hell you want to get some credibility in here. Go out and hire Bill Parcells. I don't care who you hire at this point.
Right.
Hey, bring back Mike Holmgren. It can't even get worse than we are now. It cannot get any worse.
Mike Holmgren. Yeah, I need some Tommy Bahama shirts.
This is the worst football team in the history of the NFL. Brian, we're witnessing something. They're so historically bad. Historically bad. I mean, they're going to go 0-16. Brian, I'm going to bet you right now my left.
All right, so I'm gonna have to. You're saying that I'm gonna have to get Chris McNeil back on to advertise his perfect season parade, and I'm gonna have to come back into Cleveland for it.
I'll book you for the parade. I'll book you a hotel room for the parade right now. I'm telling you, if the Browns somehow pull off a win, the only team they're gonna beat somehow would be the Chargers again.
But we always have that one indescribable win when you beat the Saints on a trick play, or you beat the Patriots.
Browns can possibly beat because they turn over the ball so freaking much for the San Diego, LA Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
The only team the Browns have a chance of beating, and the Chargers are a significantly better team than the Browns. The only reason I say this is Philip Rivers throws a ton of interceptions, and that happened last year in Cleveland. I think the Browns, one possible game they could win. I'm not saying they're going to win. Because it firmly this one, I believe they're going 0-16.
No, we could beat the Bengals. We could beat the Bengals, and honestly, our defense was keeping us. Hold on, Zach. Hold on.
Nothing against us a few weeks ago.
Say that again.
Didn't the Bengals have a 30-point lead against the Browns just a few weeks ago?
Well.
They're not going to beat the Bengals. Yeah.
Well.
They're not going to beat the Bengals. Are you kidding me?
All right, hang on. But we took the lead into the third quarter, and the defense was keeping us in, and Kaiser wasn't turning it over. Into the third quarter, we have some talent here. Something.
No. They do not have talent. There's no talent on this football team.
Then how are we winning at halftime?
Right. They do have some talent on the defensive side of the ball. I'll give them that.
That's all I'm saying. Yes, and we held them to almost nothing.
The problem is they turn over the ball too much offensively.
Well, yeah, of course.
They just have no chance because they turn the ball over too much offensively. There's no talent. They can't get in the end zone. So eventually, in the defense that is on the field way too long every game, there's no chance for this team to win a game because the defense is never off the field.
Right. No, look, I got you. I got you.
It's not bad for the defensive players. I mean, it doesn't matter how good they are. For the first 45 minutes of the game, the last 15 minutes, they stand no chance.
Well, no, I got you. And look, we'll follow the rest of the season. We got a few games coming up. Obviously, only the Browns can lose a bye week with this trade. Go figure.
I think I tweeted that. They're the only team that can lose a bye week. I mean, they're so dysfunctional, Brian.
Well, then let's press pause on them for now, and let me pivot because I know we want to jump to like 4 big topics today. I want to keep it moving. Did you have any other thoughts on maybe Kelvin Benjamin going to the Bills for 2 picks or some of the other trades that happened?
You know what? I got to tell you, what the Bills have done, the Bills have gotten rid of all of their high-priced, guys that they brought in under Rex Ryan when they were there, and they completely transformed the team. They're 5-2. They're sitting there. The Bills are looking at it being a playoff team. The problem is every year it seems like the Bills finish 8-8 or 9-7.
Yeah.
I think this is the one year. They're young. They're good defensively. I think they could legitimately go for it this year. And I'd like to see the Bills make the playoffs. It's a city. Buffalo's a small town. They haven't seen a winner in years. The Bills, the last time they made the playoffs was before the Browns.
Oh wow! Back with Jim Kelly and Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas.
Miracle.
Wow.
I think the last time they made the playoffs was the '99 season, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Maybe the 2000 season, but they haven't been in the playoffs in almost 17 years. 17, 18 years they haven't been in the playoffs. Their playoff drought is longer than the Browns in 2002. So that's just telling you something. I like the Bills as an organization. I think it'd be great for them to make the playoffs.
Interesting. And then what about Jay Ajai moving over to the Eagles?
That for a 4th rounder, obviously things weren't going well in Miami. Philadelphia is going for it, and they had more depth at the running back position. They had a guy who, finally playing behind a decent O-line in Philadelphia, which gives them a chance over there. And Philadelphia is going for the home stretch. They're 7-1. Philadelphia is the best team in the NFL right now with a quarterback that's not a top 20 quarterback in the league. according to the Browns.
Yeah, and the
Here's
Browns
the
passing on
difference.
the opportunity for getting Deshaun Watson and getting, you know.
Let me say this, though. Let me say this. The difference in this regime compared with other regimes is the Browns, in past regimes had never had the chance, other than, passing on Ben Roethlisberger, had never had the chance really to draft that top-tier quarterback. They were never high enough in their teams to pass them to go up, to get the RG3s, to go up, and the Browns every time just never had enough ammo to go and do it. And then now they've passed on Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson, and Derek Carr, but I'm not going to give a second rounder that 32 teams passed on, including the Raiders passed on him with their first rounder. So I'll let that one slide. But passing on Deshaun Watson and passing on Carson Wentz is a fireable offense in my opinion, because the only thing we've gotten out of it is a bunch of crap in Jabril Peppers. The Browns need their quarterback this year. I don't know if this year's quarterback's in the draft. Is Sam Darnold even going to come out? I don't know. It looks like he's going to stay in school. He's having a rough year. Josh Rosen's having a tough year. Josh Allen doesn't look all that great. What do the Browns do at this point?
J.T. Barrett for Cleveland Browns quarterback.
The best thing the Browns can hope for is throwing $40 million a year at Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I don't know if that's the best option.
Throw 30-something a year at Kirk Cousins.
We have the money for it if we wanted to, just to stabilize the damn position if your line is healthy.
I mean, they're just such a mess all around. They need to bring in a football guy.
All right.
Come in there and evaluate the talent. I mean, they're this experiment, Brian. Like I said, when I said 2 years ago when I came on the show and this regime was hired, I said they can't do any worse. Well, I was wrong.
By the way, in the Facebook group, David, what's up? That's funny. He said, by week 21, Browns 10. They suck. And yeah, they do. He also said, go Astros. All right, well, look, let's just keep an eye on this. There's fantasy football repercussions with all of these trades. And yeah, in hindsight, you're seeing quite a few of these quarterbacks that the Browns have passed on. Look, if they nail it right next year, or if you can get something out of Deshaun Kaiser, I mean, I don't think Kaiser really has any of the tools or supporting staff around him to actually be judged. But,
the problem is you can't properly evaluate them. The Browns don't have any receivers. And
that's my point.
Josh Gordon looks like, as of tomorrow, looks like he's going to be reinstated, they're saying tomorrow. Well, if he gets reinstated and the Browns go and cut him, give me a break. Give me a break. The Browns could use his talent. I don't care what potential suspension he brings again. If he comes back healthy and he's there and he's able to play, you better put his ass on the field. I don't care.
Well, it's interesting that he waited until the day after the trade deadline to do that too.
No, the Browns could have traded his rights either. They could have traded his rights. It wouldn't have mattered.
Okay, fair. All right, well, let's keep our eye on it. Let's do this. I'm going to press pause. If you're watching live on Facebook, thank you. You can type and leave messages here. If you're watching on this camera, The Unhappy Hour, we have a private group on Facebook. It's called The Unhappy Hour Sports Show. Link up with it. It's the funniest place to be online. It's my favorite sports site, and it's all user-driven. All of us, I mean, we share the best stuff. You guys are going to love it. All right, so let's do this. When we come back, Zach, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Buckeyes? You want to talk about the World Series or the Cavs?
We talk about whatever you want, Brian. The Buckeye game was one of them. Let's stick to football for now. And then we'll
okay, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Zach. Let me give a proper reset. You're listening to The Unhappy Hour. Ding.